Sure, my drink doesn't explode.
Yeah, well, OTL's making sure his drink doesn't explode. Welcome in to the show, the Endzone Experts show. We don't need another explosion again this
Yeah, that was
week.
bad.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, so it's week. No, I didn't even change it. Week 9. I didn't change it on our thing. We are halfway through the regular season. And just past halfway through. A couple of weeks now, past
Yeah.
halfway through the fantasy season. So yeah, things are getting pretty serious, and a lot of injuries we've had to deal with. So sad to see Charbonnet. I was so sad to see Skattebo taken out this week, man. It was
Yeah.
the NFL and like all of the fans as a whole all got like very sad about it this week.
Dude, he
Um,
got a standing ovation at the link, like
yeah,
as
yeah,
a division rival. Like
yeah.
that's how beloved of a player he is. He's just like everyone loves guys like that just bring so much energy to football. And
Mhm.
dude, that injury was so disgusting too. You didn't
Just
really see it when it happens, but you see the still image afterwards. His ankle is just to the side.
I
Like
can't look at it.
I'm
It's so gnarly.
yeah, my I was talking about this on a week 8 or like a week 8 recap show, but
Mhm.
um his game, like he doesn't really rely on a ton of agility. So I think when he comes back, it won't be a huge difference. He's never been
Mhm.
a fast guy anyways. He's just been like a bruiser. So I don't know. Do you think he'll be like the same player, or do you think this injury is kind of career ending?
No, no, no. I think he'll be the same player. He cuts a little
Yeah.
bit, and like but he's more like north south, and he's not.
Yeah.
It won't change his game very much. He'll have a couple.
Yeah.
He'll probably be a little slow early, just kind of getting back on it and getting a feel again. But after that, like it's scatty. I like if it was up to
Yeah.
him, he'd probably be getting on the field this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, he's not
He
afraid
was
of this
trying
stuff.
to he was trying to get back in the game.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Like,
put the boot on me. Let me go. Like
yeah.
he's not afraid of it. So we really don't have anything that I feel like we have to worry about with him. So he
Yeah.
should be good. I'm definitely yeah. As I said, we're bummed out. It really sucks seeing him, and like you said, with the standing ovation from the link. I mean, that's literally doesn't have like if
No.
the Cowboys players went down, there'd be
They'd be
no
cheering.
yeah, they'd be cheering it
Yeah.
on. Like that doesn't happen. So it just goes to show you like he was bringing like that classic feel of football back, and everyone was really having fun and enjoying it, and him and
Yeah.
Dart being the duo, and it was fun, and I feel like football really sucks right now without him being involved. So um
Yeah.
we're
Definitely.
gonna have to move on, unfortunately. Get Tyrone Tracy. I'm sure everybody did. It was one of those like
Yeah.
obvious waiver wire pickups. Um, but yeah, let's get on to some more fun stuff. So this week our main segment's gonna be a Would You Rather. I'm gonna give OTL some players. He's gonna give me some players, and we're gonna run through like a handful of other players that are kind of roughly where you would maybe rank them or feel they're going to be close to that range rest of season,
Mhm.
and we're going to each pick who we would rather have for the rest of the season. We got a couple players in a couple different positions. We each did a quarterback and a tight end, and we're gonna go run through that for everybody, and you guys get to hear who we think and who we like for the rest of the season. So we're just gonna dive right into this baby. All right. So the
Let's
first
do it.
let's get right into this. So the first player I'm gonna put out here is Cortland Sutton. And so we have a show sheet that we both work on, but we kept the players we're comparing. We put the players we're picking in to not pick the same ones, but the players we're
Mhm.
comparing to we kept secret. So I got it here on my phone. So the first player that I'm going to ask you about. So we're just going to do a quick rundown. Like it's just going to be a quick like on the
Yeah.
fly. Like this is who we like. We might throw a quick little this is why thing in there, but
If we broke down every single one, this show would be like 3 hours long.
yeah, we'd be here all night. So
So
we got stuff to do. So um, first off, I'm going to start here with Cortland Sutton. So Cortland Sutton or T Higgins.
that's pretty easy to me, Sutton.
Okay, Cortland Sutton or Chris Olave.
Ooh.
Mm.
I think I'd go. I think I would go Sutton
You
still.
think?
He
Okay.
just scores more touchdowns, but
Okay.
the upside of a Chris Olave trade is interesting.
Yes, true.
To like
Yeah.
Buffalo or something like that could
Yeah.
probably change things. But as
Or
it is
New
now,
England.
Sutton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Cortland Sutton or Roma Dunze.
I'd probably go Rome there.
Rome. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I can't argue that. Khalil Shakir or Cortland Sutton.
Sutton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cortland Sutton. This one I feel like is really hard. Cortland Sutton or DK Metcalf.
That's like the exact same fantasy player in my eyes.
Yeah.
I think the Steelers will just be playing from behind more this year with how bad that defense is, and the Broncos just have such a good defense that I lean DK Metcalf just because he's, as of now, he's the only receiver there. So I'd probably go DK.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, that's you. I think you went Sutton more often than not there. 3 out of 5. So yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel close with Olave. I may take Olave. I have Cortland Sutton a lot, and he's pissing me off because he's not getting in the end zone. I mean, he did have like one called back, and he did drop one last week, but hey, he's still doing
that drop
well.
was really bad.
Yeah, and the drop was terrible. You can't do that. And I picked him as a top 10 wide receiver this year, and he's like floating there, but he needs to step it up.
Definitely. You can't be dropping those against Dallas, especially.
No.
Your best start of the year.
Yeah, the easiest matchup you have, and you do that to people. So, yeah, right. Well, I see. Okay, I liked your opinions there. I'll do my other wide receiver, then we can jump to you.
Cool.
So, next guy is Wandale Robinson. He's had a very sneaky good year, and he's just he's a target hog. With weak neighbors there, he's been good, and so yeah. I got a couple players here that I want to see what you think. So, Wandale or Alec Pierce?
Wandale.
Okay. Alec Pierce is like crazy good
He's
statistically.
Sneaky.
He's just
sneaky.
Has to find the end zone. He's like he gets a lot of good plays. He's a very sneaky player for me for the rest of the year. I picked him up in a lot of leagues. He's still available. I'm sidetracking a little. He's still available in like 20 or no, sorry, he's rostered in like 26% of leagues. He shouldn't be.
That's a good shout, actually. I kind of overlooked him this week on on the waiver wire post.
Right.
He's just been like solid, not scoring touchdowns, which is kind of what you want.
Yeah.
A guy like him on that offense will eventually find the end zone pretty consistently.
His yards per catch are like 20. It's like, and
but
he's playing Pittsburgh this week.
He kind of has the reputation of just being like a boomer bust player.
Right. He's been getting a lot of targets. He like a good amount of targets. I think the offense is just rolling. But yeah, so yeah, all right. So you got Wandale. Wandale Robinson or Keon Coleman?
Wandale still.
Wandale. Okay. All right. This one might get harder. Wandale Robinson or Zay Flowers?
That's not really too hard for me. I go Zay Flowers.
You do. I looked at them. The reason I'm
pretty high on Zay Flowers.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, they're really close. Like they've played very similarly. I think Zay just had
have been
more
close,
better,
but that's been with Cooper Rush and Tyler Huntley for most of the year.
True, right? Yeah,
that's where I'm thinking like rest of the season. I think Zay Flowers with Lamar.
Okay.
On a much better offense will be.
Yeah, as long as they're like getting healthy and staying healthy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Wandale Robinson or Matthew Golden?
Wandale.
I like that. And then Wandale Robinson or Jameson Williams?
I hate Jameson Williams in redraft.
Yeah.
having to starter set him. I actually dropped him in a guillotine league because
really?
I'm never going to trust him in a guillotine league. So
no, it's like you have to play him if you have him, right?
It's pretty easily Wandale for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that one would be a little tougher because like JMO can have these stretches of great games. So, yeah. So that one, it felt harder. I guess it felt harder to me because of like I'm kind of liking Alec Pierce for the rest of the year. Then like Keon Coleman's still the top guy, like the number one receiver for Josh,
Yeah.
and Zay Flowers and him have played similarly. So yeah, I figured Matthew Golden might be a little more difficult for you, but yeah, yeah,
Not this year, really.
yeah.
He
Okay.
he's been pretty tough to trust.
Now, what if it was like as a whole the Green Bay Packers receivers? Are there any receivers you would take over Wandale on Green Bay?
I'd probably take Dobbs.
Okay, okay. I don't know if
I
I can
like
trust
Dobbs.
him, but
He
yeah,
gets so many red zone targets though, and I think he's with Christian Watson coming back. It's a little blurry, but
yeah,
I think he's pretty clearly the wide receiver one. But Tucker Kraft is like the main
but
guy.
like
The passing game is going to flow through.
yeah, yeah,
So
and Josh Jacobs being like him, it's tough to get a lot of passing volume there, but it does feel
yeah,
like Dobbs gets plenty of it. So okay,
yeah,
all right, so that's my receivers. Let's go with yours. Let's see what you got.
gotcha. So the guy we just talked about for a little bit, there's Zay Flowers, who I want to go
Okay.
over. His value is pretty like up in the air right now because he's been consistent like week to week even without Lamar. Like he's been putting up like 12 to 14, but he hasn't been doing what he did week 1 in that huge spike week against Buffalo. So my first guy, Zay Flowers or Ted McMillan.
Ooh, or Ted. That one is hard because I kind of don't like either. I think because of just the way things are with Carolina, I would put more faith in Zay in a week to week basis. Yeah, so Zay.
Okay. Maybe this one's a little easier for you than Zay Flowers or Jalen Waddle.
Waddle.
Yeah.
Waddle is like a huge. I really like Waddle for the rest of the year.
The Dolphins offense, I mean, this past week against Atlanta, they smoked them.
Yeah,
So
and
there's a little hope there.
that Browns game, I think I mentioned this in our last video, but that Browns game, I think Waddle has a much better game if it's not like that insanely crappy weather, because just no one could. It was a running back game. Like I do think though that Waddle has another good game in that one, so you've got to kind of erase that one. He's someone I'm trying to get my hands on if I can.
And if you take that game out of his game log without Tyreek Hill, he's still insanely productive when Tyreek Hill isn't there. So
yes, yeah,
I do like that. Zay Flowers or Deebo Samuel.
Ooh. This one is close. I think because especially with Lamar coming back, I think it's Deebo because of Terry like not playing. I think that gives Deebo just like the edge, but that one's close. That one is very close.
Yeah. Zay Flowers or T. Higgins.
I think you
keep in mind Joe Flacco's got a injury.
Exactly. I think you can trust Zay better. So give me Zay.
And threw this one in just now. Zay Flowers or Travis Hunter.
I think it's still Zay. Travis has only had the one good game, so I think it's still Zay. If another week or two go by and Hunter's still doing his thing, then I'm just fine. I'm just jumping ship on that and going for Travis. But yes, Zay for now.
All right, cool. So the only one that was like really obvious for you was Waddle.
Yeah.
And you went with Deebo. So 3 of 2. I think you took Flowers over Higgins and Tut.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and my next player is Devonta Smith. I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
What have you thought about him lately? I mean, he's been exploding recently, and he was in a good spot to have a great week against the Giants, but kind of not what you hope for. He got you like 12 this week, I think.
Yeah. He he got a lot of catches. He just didn't have he didn't have a ton of yards, but it was like 14 points or something. But he's good. I've actually just before the games last week, I bought him in a dynasty. I sold Saquon in a first for Javonte Williams, Devonta Smith in a second. So I kind of leaned in on that. that's the team that I sold JSN for like 100 picks. So
Oh yeah, so
yeah, yeah.
you ended up going with that trade.
Yeah, went with that trade, and
Yeah,
I've kind of built some stuff, and now this team's gonna be like it's actually become a contender with like a decent amount of picks to go with. So,
yeah. You better hope that guy doesn't leave.
yeah, no, he has to pay up all 3 years, so
There you go.
which he did, so he's in. So yeah, Devonta Smith, I actually do if in like the off season before it all started, going through my stuff before I was actually very high on Devonta Smith, I had a lot of Smith versus Worthy stuff going on throughout the off season, and I was like, "You're dumb. Go with Smith. Stop going with Worthy."
Yeah,
So I'm high on him. So I'm interested to see who you've got me choosing from.
gotcha. So the first one might be a little tough for you then.
Okay.
Devonta Smith or Devonte Adams,
Man.
right?
Yeah. If I feel like AJ Brown's on the way out or something. So if Puka misses any more time, like Adams is just a home run while he's away. And he still plays well. I think because of Puka, I think I have to just barely lean Smith, just barely.
Yeah.
But that one's like as close as it gets.
Yeah, right.
Very close. Yeah.
Devonta Smith or Cortland Sutton.
I would take if someone offered me Sutton or Smith for Sutton, I would smash that. So Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smith or Chris Olave.
I like Olave.
With Tyler Shuck coming in.
Yeah, with Shuck coming in, that is, I think, yeah, I'm still taking Smith.
Yeah. Then Devonta Smith or Michael Pittman.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a really good one. I think just because Smith's on a run, like you have to take Pittman.
Yeah.
I think I got to take Pittman there just because of Saquon and AJ still being there and Goddard being like the red zone guy. But that one's really close. That one's also very, very close.
Can we appreciate how good of a value Michael Pittman has been this year, by the way? He was
awesome.
He was like an 8th round pick.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been really good.
Because he played all year with a broken back. Mm-hmm. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I didn't expect this, but I was saying like, I didn't go crazy. I'm not trying to victory lap anything. I did say Pittman though is a very good. I just noticed that the green screen effect is still on here on my seat.
Oh my gosh!
yeah. Someone used this like studio the other day, and they did that. That's funny. Whatever though.
Roll with it.
And that made me lose my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Michael Pittman.
Yeah, I was just saying he was a good value because he was still the wide receiver 1 on the team, and everyone was gushing over Downs. Me too. I really like Downs.
Yeah,
but Pittman was still a good value. I didn't expect this, but definitely a good value. I think one of the greatest values because I got a lot of him was Javonte Williams. Just took a shot on an RB1 in like the 12th round of fantasy drafts, and it's been paying off great. So
yeah. He was a guy I wasn't anywhere near this year.
Yeah, he's someone I get it. I totally get it. I only got him just to like screw it. I'm throwing a dart and taking a shot, and it worked. So
yeah, he looks good too. It's not just like he's getting this Charbonnet treatment, but he's like making big plays. He's looking like the North Carolina Javonte Williams.
Yeah, dude, he's like breaking like it's hard to get him on the ground. He's running like a man possessed. It's awesome. So that was fun. I like that one so far. All right. Cool. I'm gonna move on to the running backs here, and I was trying to think of somebody. It's tough. Like running backs are very like, I'd rather have that guy. But there's a couple people in the mix there. So I picked a couple that I feel like we could have some fun with here. And my first one is J.K. Dobbins. So I feel like I think I know which way you'll lean on most of these, but let's see. So it's either J.K. Dobbins or Chase Brown.
Dobbins,
yeah. If it wasn't for Flacco, it's potentially missing time. I think I'd go Chase.
That does worry me a little bit.
Yeah, that's scary for that offense. J.K. Dobbins or Tajay Spears?
Dobbins.
Dobbins. I feel like
Yeah.
Spears is about to take over, but okay, all right.
He
all right.
could. He
Yeah.
could.
I got him in a lot of leagues this week.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins or Alvin Kamara?
Dobbins.
Yeah. Okay.
Kamara, I don't know.
Fun fact for the people watching, and if you maybe you know this already, but the Rams have allowed 0 rushing touchdowns all year, and the Saints play the Rams this week. Also,
So Kamara's going to get 3 touchdowns.
So Kamara's probably going to have his Christmas game and get
Yeah.
6. So when I'm telling you to sit Kamara, here's the thing: probably don't do it. The Saints are just behind them with I think like 1 or 2.
Really?
So it's going to be a very weird game, I think, if it stands that way. A lot of passing.
Yeah, that's good to know. Maybe I'll drop Kyron a little bit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just a fun fact. I saw that today. All right, and then J.K. Dobbins or David Montgomery.
I'd probably go Dobbins there, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree. Montgomery, you can't trust him.
No.
And then J.K. Dobbins or either Vikings running back.
Dobbins.
Dobbins. Okay.
I hate that offense going forward.
Dude, yeah, I know. And it like
I don't trust McCarthy.
No.
With the fact they were scared to start him when he was pretty much healthy.
He was
they don't trust him.
Yeah.
Dude, they are I think they're gonna trade for the rattlesnake.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do it?
I put it out as a tweet yesterday, and people thought I was like playing along as a joke, but I've marinated on it. They're gonna move. They're gonna move for the rattlesnake this week.
Dude, imagine him on an offense like that with KOC. Like that could be actually good. Like he's not playing bad ball. The team is
they're just horrible.
messy. Yeah, it's just a messy team. He's playing good ball. He needs some help. Okay. All right, cool. Good to know. And then
Dobbins swept the board.
Dobbins swept the board on that one for sure. So I was actually not expecting quite that. I figured you might do Kamara, and then maybe Chase Brown, but I get it.
Chase Brown is probably the closest for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of out on Kamara.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that way too. It sucks. He was my guy, but yeah. All right. So the next guy, my next running back is Zach Charbonnet. And I'm curious to see, I didn't go like Charbonnet or Jonathan Taylor. Like I'm curious to see some of these guys in that area, what you might think. So Zach Charbonnet or Rhamondre Stevenson?
That is really tough.
Yeah.
My heart tells me to go with Charbonnet because I'm hoping for a Henderson breakout.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna say Charbonnet and listen to my heart.
And I like that. And Charbonnet's like he's coming on. This last game, they were like featuring him. At least it.
Yeah, dude. I think he is the RB1A and Walker's the RB1B.
Yes, and when they have an efficient offense, and when they get to the red zone, it's all Sharby. So like, he's scoring touchdowns.
I don't love the fantasy community dissing Charbonnet either, because of his like yards per carry and stuff like that.
It's just where yards per carry, first of all, isn't a stat that I hang my hat on.
Yeah, because he's getting 5 carries at the 1 yard line every game.
He's getting a lot of carries at the exactly. Yeah. He's getting a lot of those plays, and it's hurting him. And there's games though he still is getting more than 4 a carry. So like people like last week he had like 12, 13 carries and for 60 yards or whatever it was and some touchdown. Like he's getting used more now, more efficiently. I believe there might be someone's moving. I think Kenan Walker might be getting
that would be interesting. I do think Seattle likes the way things are going right now with both running backs, but I mean, if like an RB needy team, maybe like they wouldn't trade to the Cardinals in division, but
like the Chiefs, maybe if the Chiefs
if the Chiefs say we'll give you a second, like you probably got to take it, especially
the Giants. The Giants now with Scatty. I mean, that's weird because they're definitely Scat's not going anywhere, and they have Tracy already. So like maybe though, but maybe they just rent him for the rest of the year. I don't know. Well, no, never mind the record. If they had a better record, then sure, but I don't think they they will with the record. So scratch that. All right, Charbonnet versus either Panthers running back.
I'm starting to get on board that Dowdle's going to take over, so I think I'll take Dowdle over him. But I would take Charbonnet over Chuba pretty easily.
Yeah, I do think Dowdle's he's just got way more juice and they need it. So
yeah, he's got a tough matchup this week, but
yeah,
I do think as the season goes on, he'll get probably closer to like 70% of the touches.
Yeah, I agree. Sharby or Jalen Warren?
I'll go Warren there.
Oh yeah, look at the logo on your shirt.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. What kind of question is that?
No, I can see that one. Sharby or now J.K. Dobbins?
I'll go with Dobbins.
Okay, all right. And then the guy we just talked about, Sharby or Tyrone Tracy?
Ooh, that's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I'd probably take Tracy, honestly.
Tracy. Okay.
I think he'll get majority of the touches.
Okay.
I don't think they really believe in Singletary all that much.
Right.
But he's also not in a great offense, so I'd still go Tracy though.
Okay. Yeah. I get it. I think I take Sharby over Dobbins, Warren. Tracy's really close, so probably for your reasons as well. Like he gets the edge, and Rhamondre is like really close. Because for me personally, I believe that Sharby's going to keep getting like a little more work, especially in this back half of the season. So, but that's like my personal opinion on it. So I think
it stays kind of 50-50. Yeah. But Charbonnet, you can count on him for
scores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Okay. All right. Let's hear what you got for me here on the running back genre.
I got a fun one to start. Derrick Henry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lamar's coming back. Hopefully the offense looks a little better. But last week Henry had a nice game, 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. So first one is Derrick Henry or Saquon.
Oh boy. I just don't know what is going on with Saquon this year. Well, he did have the big game, got hurt.
Yeah, right.
I think because of the apparent like the schedule, like it's those two are dead even. I think the schedule edges Henry.
Yeah. Okay. Derrick Henry or Josh Jacobs?
See that I like now I got to go with, what can you trust more? And for right now, you can just trust the usage that Jacobs gets with Green Bay, and we don't know exactly what's going on yet. Like with that Ravens offense, they just played Chicago, so let's see. Yeah. So I'm sticking with Jacobs.
Okay. And Derrick Henry or your favorite running back in the league, Javonte Williams?
Oh, that's funny. See, that one's very close. I think I just very, very slightly give the edge to. I don't know.
Doesn't it feel so gross saying Javonte over Derrick Henry?
I think it's Javonte just because of the potency of the offense. But Henry's got the better schedule. Well, Dallas's schedule is not that terrible. So I think just because of the efficiency of Dallas's offense and Javonte catches, he gets thrown to like 5-6 times a game. So I have to just slightly, you can't even see it, slightly edge Javonte Williams.
Look at his hat while he's saying this, guys.
Yeah. All right, Jalen Warren over here. It's not to do.
I do agree. It is pretty close, and Javonte is definitely more involved in the passing game.
Yeah. If you're picking Derrick Henry, I'm just saying, yeah, for sure. It doesn't. It's just wherever you stand on why it's so close between them. Yeah. Okay.
And the last one, kind of a little iffy now with the injury, but it's Quinshon Judkins.
Or Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Henry, his
Yeah.
situation as a whole just feels like it should be better. So it's Henry, but Judkins is a force. Um,
Yeah.
if he's hurt, especially, it's Henry. But if he gets just back to it and starts playing, it is a lot closer. But Henry, I'll give that to him.
Okay.
Can't trust the Browns,
So
dude.
Henry just over, or went Jacobs and Javonte over Henry.
Yeah, very close, but yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that one.
That was fun.
And the next one is Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
We kind of touched on him a little bit with the Flacco thing. First one is Chase Brown or Brees Hall.
Brees, because of the Joe Flacco thing, and Brees because of the Joe Flacco thing, and because the Jets, like, they do, their offense starts with the run game. So I'm still going to give it to Brees. And Brees, I think Brees is getting traded. So if he goes to a team who needs him, he's going to go insane. So
Yeah.
give me Brees.
Chase Brown or DeAndre Swift.
Ooh.
I knew this one would be tough for you because
Yeah, I hate DeAndre Swift.
I was going to say you're a DeAndre Swift hater.
Yeah. I'm not a hater. I'm just realistic. Everyone always every year is like, oh, this year he's going to be
finally
crazy.
an RB1 though. He's RB11.
He is. Let's see how long it lasts, but he is.
Yeah.
He didn't practice today. So
he never practices on Wednesday.
True. Given that though, I don't know, that one's close. I think just I have to give the edge to DeAndre Swift.
All right. Chase Brown. I think we went over this. For me, Chase Brown or Dobbins. I think I went with Dobbins.
I think we did. You went with Dobbins. Yeah, just a more efficient offense for especially if Flacco's out. So yeah, Dobbins.
And the last one, Chase Brown or ETN.
Ooh, gross. Oh. ETN's just the ceiling is consistently a little more trustworthy in my opinion. So yeah, okay. I have to go with ETN, but that one's gross.
That one's I felt disgusting writing that one, honestly.
Yeah, that one's nasty. It does look like Chase Brown's doing better. Now he just played the Jets, but the game before the Steelers he played well. So he's
got a Samaje Perine thorn in his side too.
Exactly. Yeah. And just you don't have to worry about
not expected
that as hard. So yes. Yeah. No, I like that. Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
Not bad. That was fun. You picked good players. I like that. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to quarterbacks, and I've got one that's we've already discussed slightly, and is a lot of fun to watch, and it's Jackson Dart. I want you to give me a couple of guys that you think or that you might take before or over him for the rest of the season. So, Jackson Dart or Matt Stafford?
Dart, pretty easily.
Dang, I thought you might go Matt there, but I totally get it and I agree. Dart or Kyler Murray? Oh, you're gonna definitely take Dart.
Yeah, Dart.
Yeah. I feel like Murray, for fantasy, Murray's really not ever that terrible. He doesn't have. He's
just really never not that good either.
Yeah, since his sophomore year, he was really good, and then it was he could never quite figure it out after that. All right, Jackson Dart or Sam Darnold?
Dart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jackson Dart or Jared Goff?
Dart.
Okay, so Dart's winning. Jackson Dart. Go ahead.
No, I want you to get the last one, and then I'll say what I was going to say.
I feel like now I know what this one's going to be. Jackson Dart or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, Jackson Dart.
Okay. All right. So I was trying to get some guys a closer to the range there, but maybe I shouldn't have.
I think I'm higher than I was on him last week because even with a bad game, he got to 20 points.
Right. I'm high on him too, man. I totally agree. Yeah.
Because I had the right idea as a sit last week, and then he still got there with the rushing touchdown, and I think he had 8 points in the fourth quarter when they were down 20.
Yeah, and he also got
He'll always get there.
stupid phantom call on Darius Slayton, a push off that was
Yeah.
literally didn't exist, and that's a
There was
60-yard
there
touchdown.
was a little bit of a push off, but
Dude, it was also a pull. Did you see Slayton's shirt get stretched 3 miles back because he was holding onto his shirt?
Yeah, I would have let him play because they were
exactly
both fighting. But
yeah, there was a lot of hand back and forth. You just let it roll, and they were like push up, whatever.
Yeah,
dude. The officiating in that game was just terrible.
and
as a whole,
the
anyway.
fumble called back on, or not called on Hurts.
Yeah, like
that
insanity.
That was insane.
Yeah,
but
Vegas had their hands in that game. Okay, so wow, all right, you're high on him. Jackson Dart or Dak Prescott?
Oh, Dak. I'm not that high.
Not that high. Okay, I'm trying to think then. Jackson Dart or Jordan Love?
Dart.
Okay, so that's high. That's a lot of people really like Love right now. All right, let me think of one more. Jackson Dart or no, you take him. Jackson Dart or Jaden Daniels?
That's really tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll go Jaden though.
Okay.
Even with the
85.
injury.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I extended it a little bit because you went with Dart so easily.
I think he's a QB1 rest of the season though. Like 9 to 12 every week around there. A couple of bad matchups will probably be like QB14, but
yeah, well, he's not going to have like bad games. He's got his floor is too high to have like a non-existent week.
He'll have bad games like to watch, but he probably won't have very many bad fantasy games.
Exactly. Yeah. What about Bo Nix?
I would probably go Bo Nix.
Okay. All right.
That's
kind of get a feel
for off for me though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's cut off.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that gives me a good feel for it. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, I wanted to give the people a little more battle. You went heavy on Dart there, so okay. All right. Yeah. No, that works. I like that. All right.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Let's see what you got.
My quarterback going with was Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Kind of he's been having a really good year, but also one of the guys that like he doesn't have the reputation as a rushing quarterback, but he does run a good amount.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, he's got a good.
And he has the most pass attempts this year as well. So
my
first one.
I'm sorry, I screwed up. I put someone in here I didn't mean to put in. I meant to put Baker in there. Who did I put in instead of him? That's weird. Jackson Dart or Baker Mayfield? Just real quick.
Oh my gosh. Baker?
Yeah.
But I don't feel good about it.
You don't feel so I just something made me just think of Baker and I was like, wait, I thought I put his name on the list. I must have not realized I didn't and put someone else in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Baker.
Okay.
There.
Okay. That one's really close.
Yeah. Anyways.
Back
to Justin Herbert.
Back to Herbert.
Yeah. My first one, maybe a little easy for you, Justin Herbert or Drake May.
Oh no, that one's not easy. Drake May's just playing really good. I think slightly. That's close. I'll give it to May.
I agree.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert or Jalen Hurts.
So the hater in me wants to say Herbert because I hate Jalen Hurts. I hate the Eagles. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't hate Jalen Hurts. I was actually huge on him coming out of college, and he's doing what I thought he would. He's just doing it on the last team I wanted him to do it on.
Yeah, it hurts.
There's just too much. There's too much more floor with Hurts, so I have to take Hurts. But that one is also very close.
Yeah. Well, the polar opposite of Jalen Hurts, Justin Herbert or Dak Prescott.
See, now we're getting really close. This is where it gets tough. Just because, man, you have to go Dak because of like the just random game where that just happened, like with Dallas, where Dak doesn't get a lot of points that exists. So it's tough here, but like outside of just that here and there random game, Dak's gonna like get 30. So give me Dak.
Okay. Justin Herbert or Baker?
See, Baker for the first like 5-6 weeks, I'm taking Baker, but the offense has been weird these last couple weeks, so
Yeah.
very slightly, I'm giving it to Herbert.
Okay.
Yeah,
I only went with 4 for him.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
But yeah, is there another quarterback? He's not. You're not taking Mahomes, Allen, or Lamar. Or you're
Love,
not taking him over those 3.
right? Or Dart.
Would you take him over Dart?
I that one that might be my line. I think that's right. Like those two are right here for me. So
I don't think it's close. I think it's Herbert pretty
you
easily.
you do,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like I with the Hurts thing. I think the floor of the ground game is really high, which Herbert has too. I think just Dart has more. So I
Not
think
to that level though. I think
not to yeah exactly.
not to
So
Dart's level.
right. So yeah, that one's really tough. If I have to like make a very hard decision, I probably just have to take Herbert because of the whole offense. But
Yeah.
that's as close as it gets for me.
Okay.
Okay,
We should probably fly through tight ends. This is a long episode.
holy cow! Yeah, we'll quickly go through our start sits and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll run through this. So tight ends, Hunter Henry is my player. Hunter
Okay.
Henry or Sam Laporta.
Laporta.
Laporta, okay. Hunter Henry or Jawan Johnson.
I'll go with the better offense. I'll go with Hunter Henry.
Okay, that one's hard.
That's tough though. With
yeah.
Jawan, he's been good the last 2 weeks.
He has. He had like
But
a
he also
slump,
had
but
he also had like a 1-point game and a 2-point game before that. So
yeah, don't love that. Hunter Henry or Dalton Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Okay. Hunter Henry or Kyle Pitts.
Pitts has been good. I'll go Kyle Pitts.
All right, and Hunter Henry or AJ Barner.
Henry.
Henry. I can see that one. I probably agree. I do think Barner's on the rise. I like that they use him. They love him in the red zone. So, but totally get the pick. Okay. Hit me with what you got.
I went with old man Travis Kelce still kicking with a 20-point game on Monday night.
All right.
First guy, maybe this will be a little easy. Travis Kelce or Tucker Kraft.
Oh, that's actually a good one. It's Kraft is just playing lights out right now, so I'll give it to Kraft.
Yeah. Travis Kelce or Dallas Goedert.
See, that's where you get really close. Because without the touchdowns, Goddard's kind of eh. There's like this resurgence of Kelce. I'll lean Kelce. Slight,
Okay.
very slight.
Kelce or Oronde Gadsden.
Gadsden.
Respect.
Yeah.
Kelce or Kincaid.
Ooh, very close again. I trust the Chiefs and Pat with him a little more, just by a slight margin. So Kelce.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I got there.
Cool. Yeah, Gadsden's he just is taking over that offense. So
I was surprised how quickly you said it, though. I thought you'd think about it for a little bit, but
I'm very in on Gadsden right now. I think he's one of those tight ends who's catching fire just right. It's all working out right.
Is he like the Puka Nacua of tight ends?
Right.
Perhaps?
He's like the Travis Kelce of 10 years ago of tight ends.
Yeah, like a wide receiver playing tight end.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
He's what Pitts should have been.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Gadsden or Kyle Pitts, real quick.
Gadsden. For the last since Pitts has been in the league, I've been very shame on you for drafting him so early in like dynasties and fantasies, and been telling people to stop it. So it's Gadsden for me. Cool. All right. So yeah, that did run a lot longer than I expected it to.
It did.
What we're gonna do is we're not gonna deep dive into the start sits this week. We're just gonna hit them with you. If you guys have questions, just hit us up on X and we'll answer any of them, and we'll get into any details you might want on there. But just to save us time and save editing time later, and messing around stuff, we're just gonna run through this real quick. So I'll let you save your breath for a minute, and I'm going to go first for my starts. And the first start, or the Endzone Experts Player of the Week, hey, that's what it's called. So eventually I'm gonna have like a little thing come in for that. But anyway, my first player, and we spoke on him earlier, is Alec Pierce against Pittsburgh. That super weak pass defense.
All right.
Dude. We're both in that. We're both
we're
in that boat.
We're gonna talk about the Cowboys later.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like this is a game that Pierce is going to get into the end zone. So I see them getting like a big play, and that's going to really boost your team up this week. I'm actually in a battle of, do I play him or Wandale Robinson in the flex in a team that I have this week. So I'm starting to lean Pierce, but I like him this week against Pittsburgh. Shamir DK versus the Chargers. I know they have a pretty like tough defense, but he's becoming like Ward's go-to guy. I think that he's the dude to you got to take right now. Even when Ridley comes back, if he's back, whatever it is, I do believe that that'll help him more than hurt him. So DK. Kareem Hunt versus Buffalo. Looks like Pacheco's not playing. So Hunt's clearly the guy when they're close. That's going to be a high-scoring game. Give me Kareem Hunt. AJ Barner. Oh, yeah, I went with 2 wide receivers because I liked them both. AJ Barner, tight end, he against the Washington Commanders. They're really loose against tight ends. They let them score a lot. I feel like Barner's going for like a 2-touchdown game. He'll probably have 4 catches for like 15 yards, but he'll have 2 scores and get you a touchdown or 2. And then Caleb Williams versus Cincy. It's Cincy. Williams has had a couple of bad weeks, actually a few bad weeks, but I think he has a good game here against that terrible defense. And with Flacco not playing, they might be on the field a lot. So I really like Caleb Williams. He was almost a smash play for me, but I like him against Cincy. So yeah, those are my starts. Let's get OTL's starts of the week.
Gotcha. So going off Alec Pierce, I've got the guy thrown to him, Daniel Jones. And take this from a Steelers fan, the defense is just not good this year. We're currently allowing 23.5 fantasy points per game to quarterbacks. We just gave up 28 to Love. We gave up 27 to Flacco, 23 to Wentz this year. And the Colts offense is just on an insane pace, historic pace. Actually, they're averaging 3.5 points a drive, which is the most since 2000.
Jeez.
Higher than the 2007 Patriots. So I'm just assuming they continue to roll. And Jones has been solid even without cupcake matchups. He's been the QB6 this year, averaging around 20 points per game. So he's my quarterback I'm going with this week. Running back, I really like DeAndre Swift to kind of get past that RB2 that RB2 threshold he's had to his name this whole year. I think he'll enter mid to low end RB1 territory this week against Cincinnati. Bengals are far and away averaging the most fantasy points to running backs. The last 4 running backs they faced, Breece Hall had 32, Jalen Warren had 20, Josh Jacobs had 32, and Monty and Gibbs combined for 34. And Swift has just he's been running hot the last 4 weeks. He's had 15 plus in every game. And yeah, you know what you're getting out of him. He's getting a touchdown and probably 100 yards.
And something week. OTL put in here that I just noticed and thought is really interesting is the Bengals are allowing 35 points a game to running backs, more than Dallas at 29.6. So huge.
Yeah, 6 more than second place.
Than Dallas, dude. Yeah.
Like, it's pretty nuts. Then wide receiver, I'm going with Travis Hunter versus the Raiders. He came on right before the bye week. He had 14 targets. A lot of it was in garbage time, but I do think this is kind of where, like, they're coming off the bye week. This is where teams start to kind of look at things and see who should we get in the ball more. And they're fresh off a game where Travis Hunter went off. So I think kind of on a side note, going forward, he takes over the wide receiver 1 role in Jacksonville. And I think this is kind of the start of that. Trevor Lawrence and Brian Thomas just haven't been meshing well this year.
Yeah.
His points per game differential between BTJ and Mac Jones and BTJ and Trevor Lawrence, it's like a 10-point difference. So it just hasn't been working well. I don't think he gets traded, but I don't think he's the future wide receiver. And then tight end, we talked about him a little bit, Rhamondre Gadsden. Not much to say about him. He just is a guy you need to have in your lineups every week now. He still doesn't have like the name recognition as some of the other tight ends, but he is a guy you need in your lineup every week. He's 4th in yards per route run this season for tight ends, tight end 2 since week 6. I mean, his quarterback leads the NFL in passing attempts. So he is going to be probably a top 5 tight end for the rest of the season. And 2 defenses for you, Rams versus Saints and Chargers versus Titans. Not really much to say about that, but those are the two defenses I would be targeting this week.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. And I actually totally space on a defense, but I know which one I would put in for a start is the Lions versus the Vikings.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Fresh off a payday, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes, and the Vikings have JJ McCarthy. Well, either one. If one started to, I would have done it. So, the sits. I just went the wrong way. Sits for me this week. Just quick, easy here. QJ versus Tennessee. I'm out on QJ. It was fun while it lasted.
I was a week early. Was a week early.
You were, yeah. Yes, you were. I think I watched a TikTok earlier today or yesterday. Just real quick, somebody was mentioning like some start-sit decisions they've been having trouble with, in some of the comments, and some guy said something about like, it's really tough because of QJ, and I said, what's a really easy decision? Stop playing him. It's like it's not working right now. He's going back to classic QJ, Keenan Allen, Gadsden, McConkey.
I heard, just side note, I was listening to JJ Zachariason's podcast this morning, and his thing about Quinn Johnson, they're only using for go routes since the injury.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much the majority of routes he's running now.
Right. He'll have a couple good weeks here and there.
No, but that's the thing. When he was going off, they were utilizing him across the middle. They were getting him on drag routes, things like that. But now they're just throwing him out there. Maybe he's just a decoy while he's getting healthier, but
could be.
You just can't trust him right now. I think that's a great sit this week.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Totally agree. Totally agree. My next one is Dowdle versus Green Bay. We touched on it slightly earlier. It's one of the toughest matchups other than the Browns against for running back. So as much as he probably gets in the end zone if they get close to the goal line, but that might be all you're getting out of him. In this time, I feel like the Panthers might go down early. So, give me him for a sit. And Hunter Henry versus Atlanta. Atlanta is stingy against tight ends, and Hunter does have some games where he sort of disappears. Not to his fault. I think it's just the way things scheme out. So, I have him as a sit against Atlanta. And then Stroud versus Denver. CJ Stroud's been looking good, but he hasn't played. He looked good against some bad teams. The Seahawks, he kind of lucked his way into garbage time score. He looked terrible against the Seahawks. Denver's going to be, putting the pressure on. Don't like it. So Stroud is a sit.
I will say no Surtain this week could loosen up a little. It could help Nico, but man, that O-line versus that O-line versus that D-line is going to be
it's going to be
hard
bad
to watch.
Yeah, the Seahawks were in his face all game. It's just going to be the same for Denver, if not worse.
Yeah. Denver has the most sacks in the league. I think they have 10 more than the next team.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's going to be a nice day to start them this week.
Mm-hmm.
I like those.
Cool. Let's see let's hear yours.
I have a few spicy sits this week. I don't know if you saw them, but quarterback Bo Nix versus Houston. I don't know if that's too spicy, but he is running hot off 2 really good games, but it was against the Giants, who they held Bo Nix in check for 3 quarters, and then Bo exploded in the fourth quarter. But you got to take that game as a good game for Bo. And then he crushed the Cowboys, which is pretty expected for quarterbacks.
Yep.
This year. But Houston, they're the best against quarterbacks this year. They're holding quarterbacks to around like 11 fantasy points a game, and they have held 4 quarterbacks to under 10 points this year, which is Sam Darnold, Cooper Rush, Cam Ward, and Trevor Lawrence. So 2 really bad quarterbacks, and then Darnold, who's a good quarterback, and then Trevor Lawrence, who's a okay-ish quarterback. I think Bo Nix can be great for fantasy, but in real life, I think he can get pretty flustered, and I think that kind of shows up this week. But next one is DJ Moore versus Cincinnati. Pretty quick. You just can't trust him. He's dealing with an injury too. He's got a great matchup, so it can be a little tempting this week, but I don't trust him this year. Jordan Mason versus the Lions is my running back who I am sitting. The Lions are 4th in fantasy points per game allowed, only allowing 17, and they're also holding teams to under 4 yards per carry. J.J. McCarthy is back. I think the offense it doesn't get better, and it probably could get worse than it was with Wentz. And you got Aaron Jones back in the mix too. And then my tight end. I am going with the tight end 1 on the year, Jake Ferguson, as a sit this week. Yeah. But since Lamb has been back, he's only gotten a 13% target share. He got bailed out with a 2-touchdown game with having a good fantasy outing 2 weeks ago. And then this last week he puts up a donut. So I think he's kind of going back to that low-end tight end 1, high-end tight end 2 territory. So he's not a guy you're like not starting by any means. He could still have a role in the offense, but I'm going to be pretty low on him this week just with how the offense is going with Lamb back in the mix.
Okay.
It's really tough with tight ends to sit each week because I think you can't really use the fantasy points per game allowed for tight ends. It's really volatile.
It is really volatile. There's just I do like some teams just don't let up a lot like through a lot of weeks. They have like the Bills for the most part don't because they have a player like Milano who kind of shuts them down. Like some defenses have that. And Atlanta's clearly got somebody doing it. So I totally agree. It's hard to do like a sit because it is volatile.
They're much more difficult to project than quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers. I
right.
think.
Exactly.
So Ferguson is probably my spiciest take of the week. I think just looking at the tight ends this week, a guy I would obviously go with was Gadsden over him.
Yeah. Okay.
So just so you know where I'm at.
But, yeah.
All
right, cool. Sweet. So that's our sits. And to save us some time, let's just jump right into our smash plays of the week. I'm just gonna hit it really fast. Just a couple quick points on it. Jalen Waddle versus the Ravens. Now it's a Thursday night game. If this for some reason didn't come out before the game, I have a backup which I'll just throw out really fast after. But Jalen Waddle versus the Ravens. The Ravens secondary lets up like everybody's having a great day against them pretty much. Waddle's the wide receiver 1. It was sort of, I think you spoke on it earlier. He's been putting up he's put up really good points since Tyreek Hill's been out. It was just the weird Browns game with the terrible weather that I think hindered him in that game. So Waddle's somebody that I really like to just have a really great game. It's going to be a higher scoring game. They're going to have to throw that ball a ton. So Waddle's my guy for my main smash play of the week. But in case this doesn't get out before that game, BTJ versus the Raiders. And I know you are down on him and up on Travis Hunter right now for like good reason. But I think this is the kind of week where it might be BTJ has been better the last few weeks, and I think he keeps that going coming off of the bye week, letting that wrist heal a little bit. I think that maybe if this is like your tet week against the Cowboys, like if he doesn't do it this week though, like I might be off of him for at least the rest of the season and see what happens. But yeah, those are my Jalen Waddle's my main guy. Backup is BTJ if this comes out later.
Yeah, and mine, you said you were going to use him as well. I'm going with Marvin Harrison versus the Cowboys.
Yeah.
This is assuming Kyler Murray plays,
Mhm.
and it sounds like he will. But MHJ just wasn't meshing well with Brissett. He got the concussion too, so there was that. He didn't have a great week when Brissett was in. It was all Trey McBride. But this week, I think this is perfect spot for Marvin Harrison to get back to form. That kind of in that Seattle game where he put up 60 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I think the game script alone with Cowboys offense, it's going to put up points. Cardinals will have to put up points. And yeah, I think this is a good week for Marvin Harrison to put up 20, 25 points in your lineup. But yeah, this is pretty contingent on Kyler playing. If Brissett plays, he's definitely not a smash play, but still a guy I would start, hoping Brissett maybe looks his way a little more and stops banking on McBride to catch everything. But yeah, I like MHJ this week versus the Cowboys.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I totally agree. Like you said, I would have probably had him as my guy for this week. But you got to him first. But that's fine. Yeah, it's the Dallas defense, man. Even with Brissett, I still don't even know if that'd be terrible. He probably gets a long one. So yeah, cool. I like it. Well, this went longer than I expected. So hopefully everybody lasted the whole time. I think our the first segment. Jeez, I'm all over. Would you rather? I think that was fun. It'd be fun to watch.
That was, yeah.
We might do something like that again. We might trim it down a little bit to save some time. But yeah,
what can you do?
What can you do? Right. So with that, I guess we'll end this here. We appreciate anybody who has come by. Of course, go follow us on X per usual. Go check out Fantasy Sports Advice Network. Subscribe there for all sorts of goodies, a whole package of great things you can get. And like next year, you can get into some leagues with some of us. Yeah, any last thoughts for you?
For this week, please pray for my Pittsburgh Steelers as they welcome the Indianapolis Colts into town.
Yeah.
I am not looking forward to watching that game, but maybe it leads to the firing of Mike Tomlin and Terrell Austin.
Just maybe.
It could lead to that.
Yeah.
And the first losing season, which wouldn't be a bad thing at this point.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Mine real quick is just prayers up for Scatty. A bummer.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one. Real bummer that we for what the season that could have been with him continuing to play. But
dude, if the Giants still had Neighbors and Skattebo, they wouldn't be the laughing stock of the NFL right now.
Dude, next year.
Yeah.
Neighbors healthy, Scatty back on the field.
And they'll probably have a top 5 player from the draft.
Yeah, so look out.
Maybe a lineman or something.
Right. Yeah, their defense is like it's about there. They just need a little help in the secondary. So yeah.
I'd rather be a Giants fan for the next 5 years than a Steelers fan. I'll tell you that.
Really? Yeah. Hey, you got Rodgers. So.
Yeah, for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
is he going to be coaching or something? Or?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand. The outlook for the next few years is better for the Giants. Yeah. But cool, man. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Appreciate everyone who was here. And again, just leave us comments down below with any questions for the week or anything else. Rest of the season, anything you have. And follow us on X there. We'll talk to you and answer more questions there if you need. And OTL always puts out some good bangers. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. And good luck in football this week.
Peace out.
Later.